Oh yeah, I meant to talk to you about last night's movie. I think it was called A Dance in the Snow. It was about a teenage girl who is autistic like me. And I thought, well, typical Hallmark movies. They're so perfect and cheesy and cut and dried, everything wrapped up in a neat little bow. The autistic world isn't really like that, although it was a good depiction of their issues and struggles. Although she meets a new kid at school who is also autistic. Some guys are bullying him, and she stands up and tells them to back off. And they do. That wouldn't happen in real life. In real life, bullies would start harassing her too. And it starts when she's at a Christmas dance the year before, and she ends up running away because it gets really loud and there's confetti falling down and strobe lights. So, and her mother really wants her to go to the next year's dance. She says it'll be your last chance before college, but she doesn't want to go because she knows it's going to be a sensory nightmare. But she has a wonderful English teacher, and of course, Mom and the English teacher, they fall in love. Typical Hallmark movie, and she and the new boy Will, they pair up. They get along, and his parents own the Christmas tree farm, and like she and her friends, they plan a Christmas dance of their own that's going to be a surprise for her mom. And of course her mom joins the PTA, and she's become really good friends with the English teacher. But everything is just so cut and dry in a neat little package. The real world isn't that complicated. Like, in the end, her mom and the English teacher, they've fallen in love and they're planning on going to Paris while she goes to college. And I thought, well, if she's going off to college, what's the deal with her and Will? Will they still keep in touch? But I felt like it ended kind of abruptly. But that's Hallmark movies for you. Everything tied up in a neat little bow, so perfect. Like, they would go to this autism place where the teenagers were working on crafts. Real happy place like the living room used to be in its heyday. But there aren't really autism services that are that great around here. I know they're saying, oh, well, we hire adults on the autism spectrum to work for us. Yeah, right. That doesn't exist in real life. We're lucky if we can volunteer for a few months, and of course we don't get paid for that. I volunteered for a long time with Carrie's Place, and I kind of lost respect for them when I found out that when I had my manic episode, they were telling my husband that he could leave me off in a group home and they'd find me work and stuff like that. I'm glad that he didn't dump me. They're not the only ones who have told him to. My husband's aunt wanted him to divorce me. Oh, but he and I have stuck together through thick and thin, and I am grateful for that. Autistic people put up with a lot of bullshit, and it doesn't get any easier. The infrastructure is still quite skewed against us. Like the mental health system, at least we're finally marginalized people are finally being recognized, but it doesn't mean things are getting that much easier for us. Housing still costs too much. We still don't usually get enough money. What the? Wow, is this a sign of something? That's my carousel. It just randomly went off by itself. Do 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 do. I'll move some of this clutter out of the way. Weird. Last time this happened, it was when I was waiting to hear from Gene Simmons about my idea for the Kiss Carousel. And I said, if this goes off, it did it 3 times. It did it twice. And I said, if it goes off a 3rd time, it means I will hear from him. I never did. Think it'll happen again? Predict. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye-bye. Be back soon.